Hey guys, welcome back to Chanman's videos. It's been a long time since we've come up with a video with the actual completed kits. It took me a long time really to get these together, get it painted, panel line, haven't done any weathering. Yeah, I'm very glad to get it done. Not perfect, not as much or as ideal as I would have liked to have done on it. Experienced some paint problems. It's really hot, and so I don't know if the temperature has anything to do with the paint. I haven't googled it to see if there's anything, but yeah, it just took a lot longer than I expected. And so here are three of the grazes that I've recently built. I haven't built the fourth graze to go with the Schild kit because it's just a standard graze. So instead of taking another week to 2 weeks to build it and then make the video, I thought I'd just go with this one. We all know what a standard graze is, and just highlight the accessories and things like that. The differences between the Schild Graze kit and the ground kits as well. I've been posting pictures of some of the problems that I've had, especially with the Schild, on my Facebook page, and you can follow us and check us out there. It's Team Chanman Toys. Basically I had a lot of problems with the Schild. At first I masked the red, the middle part, painted the outside green, and that was fine, but then once I masked the green to paint the red stripe, and when I was removing the masking tape, the paint came off, and I'll just show you. I left the back part, so that's what happened. And so I'm not sure if it's the plastic or what's going on. I had a comment saying, oh, well, that's why people prime their kits. Yeah, people prime their kits. If you watch the videos and the kits I built, I hardly ever prime anything. The only time I do prime it is if it's a dark plastic base and I need to change it white or light color. That's generally when I do a primer. But other than that, if it's just a straight build or something and I want to paint little parts in here and there, I don't prime it. I've never had that problem before, so makes me it scratched my head. So I'm not sure what happened. So anyways, painted the red stripe, but I had the problem with the green coming off. So then I masked the red stripe, painted fresh green on it, and obviously what problem am I gonna get? Well, the paint came off the red as well. Funny enough, the first 2 times of masking, it came off the front, but nothing came off the back. And then it took by the 3rd time where I was able to, I painted it the green, knowing that the red peeled off. I cleaned up some of the red, I put a matte spray on the green, and then I taped over it and then painted the red. And what that's done now is it actually prevented the paint from from being peeled off, but I didn't do that on the back, and so I've got the problem on the back. I don't care about the back. It's not going to be seen, and for me, like I said, it's just hot. I'm tired. I don't want to spend too much fuss and focus on it, so I'm just going to leave it. I might cover it with weathering instead, and if it gets bad, paint's going to get painted and it gets scraped off, right? Like car people, you get in a car accident, that paint's gone. So for me, I'm just going to leave it with that philosophy now. And just it's just a lazy person excuse, but that's what I did. I panel lined it. It smudged a little bit, but again, not too noticeable, and not something I really am concerned about considering how much problem this was. So painted it. Originally it came with a full set of stickers, so instead of using the green stickers and the red stickers, I just painted it. That wasn't hard to do. And then for the yellow, I just used it because I'm lazy right now. And then the Schild here as well. It does give you instructions to mix your own paint. However, myself, I didn't mix the paint. When I eyeballed it, it looked pretty close to, what is that color? Tamiya TS43 Racing Green. And so this actually, eyeballing it, it's close. I was making a comment, when I take a picture it looks more vibrant versus looking at it directly, and so it was kind of on awkward sort of an issue, because when I again look at it, it was pretty close. However, here's an example of the actual color. It is a these lights are glaring everywhere. It is a darker green, flatter, versus this is a little bit brighter, but on camera it's more vibrant. But because I painted it a few pieces that had really bad nub marks, I thought it might look okay with two-tone of green, but it looked really bad, so I ended up painting the full outer frame and armor of this Graze kit green. I like it. I don't think it looks pretty bad if it's all painted, but yeah, be very mindful. This is a darker shade of green than the standard Graze, and so you're gonna have a lot more visible nub marks than a standard Graze kit. And I've been struggling with that with all three of these Graze kits. Nub marks were really bad. So as you see here, I haven't built the second kit. I have the full runner here. The Schild Graze kit comes with the extra part. Sorry, the extra part that comes with is the set which gives you the lance that Gailio's Graze Custom uses, Schwalbe Graze, and a submachine gun version of the Graze rifle. You get the full Graze set of armor. You're going to get the option kit, I don't know what number, where you get the ground type Graze side boosters. This is a darker gray. I actually had my original option set attached to this ground kit because in season 1 this guy was seen flying over the water when they attacked the island, and so I put it on him. I did not build my Graze rifle and Graze axe. I've got so many pre-built, I'm not going to spend time on those. You also get the Graze Kai shoulder cannon, which is the one that Akihiro used in season 1. You're going to get the space mobile worker, Tekkadan mobile worker with the space tank. So that's the one where Eugene, episode 5 I think, is when they are fighting the Orgus Corporation, and then Eugene had to eject the tank and stuff like that to blow it out of the asteroid. You get one of those complete. Here is the inner frame of the Graze, which is not built. I'm just zipping through this so you guys know what Graze frames are, what Graze frames look like. There's the leg parts here, and so these are the unused parts in my case because I did not build the second Graze kit. What else is there? You do have the standard Graze feet, and however I like the ground Graze feet instead, so I'm going to use the ground feet on both of these Schild Graze. We have another Graze shield which I painted. I did not attach the boosters on mine. I just put the backpack, and then you have the attachments for the backpack and the hip boosters. Again, I did not use those. So the Graze shield, it is a very cool looking shield. It's nice and long. On the back side you used to use the standard Graze shield attachment, and there is, so you can see in the light, you see that there are some panel lining opportunities, and if you want you can paint them in and really make that contrast in the pattern and the shape. I'm too lazy to do that, but if you have the time and if you have the kit, by all means, this is a cool shield to have. You get, aside from the rifle and the axe, you do get this giant Pike axe, Halberd, whatever you want to call it. With it, it is in just that gray plastic. What I did is I painted the silver, masked the silver, and then painted rubber black on it. Previous video I mentioned that rubber black is one of my new favorite colors for weapons and accessories because it's a very, very dark gray, but it's not dark enough that you can't panel line. It's an already matte finish, so you got this, and this is a very cool weapon. You also get, as I was saying earlier, the Graze Kai shoulder and cannon. I painted mine to match. I didn't build the cannon with the set. I used my original one that I had purchased with the option sets. Painted mine green and gunmetal, and the same thing with the inner channel. And this can be swapped out for that shoulder, which I'll do a little bit later. For my Graze Ground type, I have both the axes painted in silver and gunmetal. I just used a light gray on both Graze rifles for the ground set. In the box art, they use a green camera light. I wanted to be consistent since their head or eye cameras are yellow. I went with yellow paint on my rifles. And then I also built and painted the two Graze Ground type swords. And so what we'll do here, let's get them suited up. Alright, so with the Schild Graze, a unique accessory that it comes with is the face guard. Let's see if we can zoom in enough. Autofocus doesn't work very well. Zooming in too far maybe. Let's see, there we go. So you get the face guard. It comes in two pieces. The inner camera is actually has a bit of a shape to it. It's wedged in, and in my case it was really loose, so the two pieces were not sticking together and it kept falling off. So rather than lose it, and I know I'm not going to open it with that weird eyeball thing displayed, I just used a dab of glue and glued the two bottom pieces together for fear it would fall and get lost. So I'd rather have it stuck on with just a tad bit of glue, so if I needed to I could remove it without doing any damage, but I absolutely will not lose it this way. So it comes with that. This red stripe here on the top is a sticker. I did, again, just being lazy. It's very hot. I don't want to do anything in the house. I used the sticker on it. That's the standard shoulders. And then I went with a dark gray backpack on this guy instead. And I'm using the Graze Ground type backpack. And then I painted the dark parts with, is it also rubber black or smoke colored? Since I was painting the green, I might as well paint the black as well, right? And so that's this guy here. I'm just gonna zoom in again and just highlight the difference. It's awfully shiny for something I just put one coat of matte spray on. That's pretty interesting. Maybe it's because it's the racing green. So we'll put him aside for now. Articulation is the same with all the grays on the Schild Graze because it's just the standard armor. In this guy's case, the light blue and that grayish darker blue is really unique color. I think it's a really sharp looking kit. It definitely stands out on my shelf, standing beside all the other Graze kits because of the light color. Some of the problems I did experience, like I said, with nub marks earlier, I filed it, I sanded it, I can't get rid of it, and so it's like a pain in the butt for me. So I don't like that. Can zoom up just a little bit. And then there is the booster. I used a different shade of gray for the booster. I didn't want it to blend in and mix in perfectly. I'm deciding if or not whether I want to paint the gray there and also paint maybe that with a darker color. It's okay right now, it stands on the shelf. I painted these hose black, panel lined the backpack and the back of the mask. And one of the things I also didn't do anything with this. In the original in the original Graze Ground type, you do get two sets of ground type feet. You get a full gray set and you get a full blue set. And the reason why they do that is because the blue and the this piece are actually intended to be different colors. You get a set of stickers which you apply to this part, and it would match the rest of the leg armor. This one I didn't put the stickers on, and I didn't want to spend the time mixing the colors, so I left it gray. Because the plastic that it was molded in matches the plastic of the inner frame, it actually doesn't stick out too bad. If I didn't highlight it, you might not have noticed the color accuracy. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do anything with it, but it still works and I like it. I don't think it looks bad at all. Got some panel lining and everything inside there, and then we did some panel lining to the details out here on the backpack. But that was something I chose not to do with this kit, and again, it doesn't look that out of place. The articulation with this kit isn't that great because of the this sort of rocket booster pack. As you can see, it does make his arms bulge out sideways. He cannot hold it closer, and that's just because of the bulk. The shield sword fits nicely. Just be careful because I don't want to scratch the paint off. But it does look great with the added bulk. The wider ground type feet does balance the top and the bottom nicely, and this is a very cool looking kit that it just stands out among all the Grazes, as Graze kits tend to be a little boring, a little bit drab. However, with mine, there's a lot of color in mine. However, the color, this guy still does stand out in the crowd. So it's really cool. I chose to put the commander fin option on rather than the regular grunt. I just think the commander antenna looks better than just a flat head. In this case, with the shield guy, the red makes him stand out, so I'm okay with using the red one there. And lastly, oh sorry, because I chose to use this booster, I left the Graze Ritter thigh thrusters off. If I really wanted to, I could probably squeeze them in between, but that just gets in the way, and I think it's pretty bulky. So I did try it. I didn't like the way it looked. Just put you aside, and then with this really unique color, this was a lot of fun to paint because I did want to make this guy. I was building this one first before that one, and so I had a bit more energy and care when I was building it. And in his case, with the ankle armor, I did not use the sticker, but instead I just sat at home and I mixed paint. It was a lot of white with brown and red, and I basically just started with the white, added the brown, added a bit of red, and then started adding drops of brown and red, eyeballing the paint itself and try to get it as close as I'm able to. What's interesting is when I was painting it and it was still a liquid paint, it actually didn't look as close as it did now. This, you can probably still see a little difference, but it's, I would say it's like 97% accurate and close to the proper match. But when you eyeball the wet paint, probably a 90 to 89%, I mean 1% different, but eyeballing it, it looked a lot more different than it does after it dried. So that was really fun mixing that, and I did end up wasting some paint, unfortunately. I realized I should have also used the paint on the Graze shield, the smaller Graze shield earlier, because it also comes with that. We painted the inside of the thrusters. I thought about looking for some plastic where I can engrave lines just to make it look like a vent. I never got around to doing that. Went with the yellow sticker instead, and then I used a lot of filing and sanding to take out the scratch marks on the head, and I applied the paint on the side of the head to cover the nub marks. I painted the inside of the thrusters there just to be a little bit neater and accurate, as well as I painted the gray here in the back. but I believe it actually should be the same color as this. I thought it looked better with the gray. So you can see that I had to wash and clean some of that. Painted that gray mark inside, and then we painted a lighter coat of gray instead of leaving it the dark standard gray. And again, if you've seen the unboxing video, there are duplicate sets, so you end up with a total of 4 sets of ground legs. So you use 2 of them, you have 2 that don't match. You also get the 2 standard space type legs or feet. We're going to have a lot of these unused thrusters. You have Graze Ritter armor parts and head pieces and stuff like that, because this is essentially a Graze Ritter from the bottom down. And again, the sword does fit in nicely. I'll get this guy to hold his axe and his gun. And he is, they are definitely nicely equipped for battle. I don't often display my kits in battle poses or stuff like that. They end up standing. However, with this guy, with the rocket boosters and stuff, I might get an extra Kotobukiya flying stand or something like that, and just have him in a flying pose because of that booster, and have the 2 displayed together. So back to the Graze shield. Like all standard Graze, you just pop that off of that U-shaped tab armor here. And you do get a fairly cool looking Graze with bulky armor on the shoulder. You can turn the cannon around so that he is wielding it. Sorry, I'm just going to fiddle around with this. And set it up to be blasting. I'm not going to do that because he's going to wield the shield instead. With this design, if you don't have this option set, it's actually pretty cool, because depending on how you lock it, you see that you can actually just get it to sit in a pose where he doesn't need to hold it and can be doing something with the free hand. There is a tab in here. Also, if you haven't bought the option kit, there's a tab here that locks the shield to keep it from sliding around from the weight. I'm actually just going to move this up out of the way, so you can wield it and have his cannon like a mortar. The shield does spin around, so you can have it wielded that way, or this way. And then I'm just going to aim mine downward. And then with this pike, you do need to remove the hand cover, because at the bottom of it there is a nub, or sorry, there's this bulging part, and it doesn't let you just slide it in. I find that the grip on the weapon is loose. Even after applying a coat of paint, it's still loose, and sometimes it's hard. It will just spin around. I tried putting it in a bit of a battle pose. It's hard to do because the armor, especially in the arms and the wrist, get in the way. And so I plan to have mine just standing there in a position similar to this, maybe without the cannon on the shoulder. I will just paint that other one and then just have the cannon on him. But see, simply by moving him around, the axe already spins, so that's a little bit frustrating. But anyways, here is the completed Graze Ground types. A couple of shoulder armor pieces left over. I really, sorry about the message there. I really like the look of these three kits. Having finished painting them and stuff like that, I am re-energized and looking forward to building the rest of my Graze kits. I still have one more Arianrhod Fleet Schild Graze. I still have, what is that? My Ares Graze, the Galileo Schwalbe Graze, and the two Dainsleaf Graze to build. And then Yoke Kujan's Black Graze Commander. So, what was that? 2, 4, 6 more Graze to build. I'm not going to build them right now. I actually want to build something else. Just built 4 Grazes in a row because I did my Graze custom Carta Guard, or the Carta's Core, and so I don't want to build a Graze. I also ordered the McGillis troop set for the Graze Ritter, so that's coming. Ooh, great news! My Wound Wart is on its way. It has been shipped, as has the Tewaz Airframe Sheetin. That's also being shipped. I've also got some new Bandai kits that I haven't made videos for yet for the unboxing, and that's the M91 from Build Fighters, the Tall Strike Glitter from Build Fighters, the Zgok, that's the Meijin Kawaguchi custom Zgok. I think I got the X-Mao as well. So 4 more kits to do unboxings for that I'm really looking forward to build those. But for now, I'm going to pause from Graze kits. I want to build something else, just different, because I'm really getting tired of sick and tired of building the Graze kits. I don't know. I want to build either the. I just purchased the Gabaldi Rebake, so I don't know if I'm going to build the Gabaldi Rebake. I'm going to tweak the colors a little bit. I don't like it, but I definitely want to build something from Build Divers. I have 3 kits, and I helped my son build his Momo Kapul. It was his birthday present. He was really excited for it, something he wanted for a long time. And then I also helped him build his clear Gundam Bile. So this thing is actually pretty cute. And then his Gundam Bale, the clear Gundam base exclusive. It's really cool looking. I really like it. I helped him paint some of the clear blue parts because I have clear blue paint, so we highlighted it and we put panel lines and just try to make it pop a little bit instead of using blue stickers. I was lucky enough to have the blue paint here and here, and to make that look a little bit sharper. But he wants to do a review video together, so I'm like, sure, not a problem. I helped him paint parts of the inner frame with the gold and silver. So yeah, if you want, we'll be posting a video together with that. And yeah, that's everything for this video. Probably be another week to 2 weeks worth of building. And so we'll probably have some unboxing videos that I've pre-made, or I'll make some more unboxing videos to fill those 2 to 3 weeks up. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the difference in the 3 different Graze ground types that are out on the market. For the price I paid and what you get, I definitely like the value. You can still, they're still out there for pre-order or reorder. It looks like they might have done a reprint or something. I've just seen a lot more online, and they're not expensive, in the 40 something US dollars, and some of them with free shipping, which is fairly close to what I paid when I pre-ordered mine. So because it's pre-order, I got mine at the I guess original retail price from a third party, someone that can get tons of these, versus an eBay or an Amazon seller. So yeah, if you have them, if you want them after buying it, if I had extra time and money, I would certainly buy another set, especially with the Schild Graze, because the weapons, the mask, the shield just makes it a lot more unique, and something I would definitely buy again. And these two also, just because the colors are really hard to mix, and it would take a lot of paint to buy a standard Graze and buy the paint for it or mix the paint for it. That'd just be too much effort and money. It's worth just buying the kit themselves. Alright, thanks again so much for watching, guys. We'll see you again in a few weeks with hopefully a couple of completed kits. One for sure, but yeah, just getting back to building and finding some fun again in building, because it took a little while. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you again real soon. Have a great summer. Bye.